too much.
Who said that?
So I don't want nobody saying that I'm pressuring them to drink.
Who said that?
Whoever does not want a shot can just politely decline. Can't pull up in Birkins, Rolls Royces, Bentleys, and then not really give when it counts.
Yep.
To me, that felt like a little shit. I asked you. You were just like, hey, donate whatever you feel. Or did you forget that part?
I'm so tired of hearing that bullshit.
Never happened. Yeah. You're not really open to it. You know what I'm saying?
Are you asking me or are you saying?
Oh. It's not all that.
I'm explaining. You gotta let me finish, baby.
No.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. And today we're talking about the Real Housewives of Atlanta, season 16. A lot of people been talking about, oh, I don't like the season. I've been enjoying the season. I find it refreshing. There's just things that happen behind the scenes, y'all know what I mean, that really played a part in why there's such a big disconnect. We're gonna talk Brit. Brit. You're gonna be the topic of discussion, unfortunately. But y'all like, comment, subscribe, let's get into the video.
Let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, wanted, securing the bag.
So breaking news though, Simon Guobadia was released from the detention center, but he also was sent back to Nigeria. You know, yeah. So I wonder, the houses that he has, would those go to Portia?
Yeah, let me have some. Okay. Those breasts are too big. She got some big old boobs for such a little bitty body.
The episode opens up where it left off, where we see all the girls split up in the groups going to, you know, the waterfall or, you know, the other event. Yeah, Portia, they're all in the car and they're basically discussing Brit. And basically, Brit being a broke ass bitch.
Like, I want to see like maybe 3 paper towel rolls. 3 paper towel.
Hello, ladies. Hey. Where can we put this stuff at?
Right here.
Like I said in my last video, there's a lot of stuff going on where Brit's not paying her fees for the event space, not paying the event planner, not paying like all this legal stuff just came up. And now Brit wants to allegedly sue Bravo for $20 million. A lot of people, I think it's 50-50 where people are like, oh, you know, girl, Bravo was over here fucked up, get your money. The other people just like, oh, girl, she don't deserve nothing. My whole thing is this. Brit came out and she said basically, oh, well, the picture that was at the whole event wasn't me. So, yeah, that's that. So I'm just like, okay, if it wasn't you, and she wants to do like defamation and all these other things, I'm just like, why didn't you do your due diligence? This was filmed almost over a year ago. So why didn't you do your due diligence to actually see what the fuck it was? And you just took off from hearsay. I mean, that's kind of your fault, you know? Kelly saw like, oh, insurance fraud, but the last photo, Kelly wasn't there, so I don't think she relayed the message of who, what, when, where. So I just think it's kind of weird that, you know, now she finally saw the picture and, oh, it's not me. But she did all this whole thing. My whole thing with Brit is, I feel like she wanted to create a narrative about Kenya, and the reason why I know that I feel like she's lying and was proven to lie, it's because she just did it in this episode as well. Brit, you're making enemies out of people for no fucking reason. And I feel like she's trying to do this thing where a lot of housewives come on and pick fights so they can have a moment. And I feel like Brit wants to have a moment, but I'm like, you're picking a fight with people that you really don't need to, right? But, you know, we're gonna get more on her.
Right, so she was like, okay, I'm gonna get money. So she's sending a cash app. Okay. For the $250 or whatever. $250? Yeah. No one should have gave less than $1,000.
Oh, you know, the girls bring up Phaedra and just like, you know, Phaedra, you know, it's nice that she's on the, you know, on the Triple S, and it's great that she's here. I'm looking at it like, girl, Phaedra hasn't brought much until the end of this episode. And at the end of the episode, I was just like, okay, I think she gave some sound, solid advice. So, shout out to her. Portia and Shamia seem like they're back in their groove. They're like, you know, Shamia's like, I got my friend back and I just feel so good, you know. I like seeing them in this nice space. I'm curious to see how it go from this to where they are now. And I wonder how the reunion went as well, being that, you know, the reunion seating chart was there and Britt Edie was not present. And for me, I didn't see her show up to the reunion, and it is contractually obligated. We already know Brittany Edie's not coming back next season. for me, the girls bring up the whole donation thing and how the lack of donations, and she gave $250, and I think Shamia had a point. You have a Birkin bag, you have a Rolls Royce, but you can only give $250 when asked, but you can only bring some toilet tissue, rolls of toilet tissue, and like wipes for people that been, you know, suffering and went through a tragedy, and y'all supposed to be doing philanthropy. I don't like that. I mean, at least you could. I agree with Phaedra. I mean, $1,000 for the type of women that they are. I feel like y'all can go above and beyond. For normal people, bitch, if it was like something like my job, they were just like, you know, we gotta get back to, you know, families in need. If y'all could bring something, please, that'd be so nice. I would go to the store, probably go to, you know, Walmart. I'd probably go to Costco because I'm not going to Target. But I might go to Costco and buy me about like 4 packs of the 24 pack of, you know, tissue. Spend like a good like $120, $140 for families, and, you know, have that. That's my contribution. I think the normal person can do what Britt did. She just brought a box. Hey girl, yeah. Girl look broke as fuck.
You can go out and spend, you know, like most of us do, $200-$300 to get your nails done. Don't come with no $250 donation.
So we see, you know, the girls go to the waterfall, and it's really cute. Shamia feels a little bit uncomfortable with her body, just because, you know, she doesn't feel like she's at her peak in her prime right now. I thought Shamia looked fabulous. Her body's nice. So I'm just like, I hate that she's feeling so self-conscious about her body. But if she wants to do something about it, or like, you know, go get surgery or whatever, I'm pro whatever a woman wants to do with her body, she does with her body. We go over to, you know, where Drew and them are at, and, you know, Kelly's asking like,
Drew, who's black? Who's black?
and she's like, oh, Black is just a friend. Like, if I was going to be dating someone, I'd be dating someone. He is just a friend. The topic does come up about Angela and Charles, and I'm just looking at it like, Angela, it do look kind of like Charles be like, get the fuck out the phone. It's probably just like Charles. I don't know. I feel like Angela and Charles be having conversations, but then Angela wants to have a conversation on the camera. So she calls him, and he probably just like, we just talk. I don't give a fuck. Please leave me alone.
First anniversary that we not together.
Okay.
I mean, that matters.
Okay.
Like, she was like, you miss me? I'm like, ooh, girl. Like, I'm just, at this point, leave it alone. Like, she's over here getting ready for, you know, dinner, and she's like, hey baby, it's our anniversary, I know you miss me. You're giving people more of a reason to talk about you. So
We decline.
We talking about right now.
Period. Anytime.
Well, I declined.
Yeah,
they get to dinner, they're meeting the prime minister, and, you know, before he comes, you know, Shamia has been throwing subtle digs at Britt, just like, oh, you know, I don't want to force people to take shots. And then Britt caught him like, girl, what do you mean? And my whole thing with Shamia is just like, girl, don't be passive aggressive. Take the pass away. Be aggressive.
Part for me is if you have the ability to give and do big, this is when you do your big one. We can't pull up in Birkin, Rolls Royce.
Say what you got to say. Say to my face what you got to say. So Britt brings it up like, you know, Shamia, I feel like you've been passive aggressive this whole time towards me. What is the deal? And Shamia's just like, you know, of a woman of your status, you know, Rolls Royce and, you know, Birkin bags. She was okay, yeah, you brought that up one time, okay. She was like, for you to only give like $250 when I had to ask you, are you going to give anything else? It's kind of egregious, which it is. It gives very much pro bitch mentality.
I think I felt like a little shade.
You think I'm throwing shade?
You said showing up with Birkins and Rolls Royces.
And she's explaining like, you know, you told me last minute, and I gave what you told me to give. Do you not remember? And Britt does these little things where she gets real amped.
There was something off. It started from the shot situation. What is your real issue with me, Shamia? Because you were my girl.
But I feel like in this situation, she matches Shamia's energy, so I don't mind. And just had like this little back and forth. And she's just like, you know, at the end of the day, like, if you guys have something against me, then that's just what it is. But
Is there confusion? Was that not spoken?
All this energy, girl, calm down.
Girl, don't tell me to calm down.
you know, at the end they say it to my face, and she's like, she opens the floor like, does anybody else have anything to say to me? And I feel like in this moment, she wants to have that moment where everybody goes against her. Because she said in the car with Phaedra, she's like, you know, everybody went against me. I was in the hot seat. She wants to have that moment where she's now in the hot seat. But it's just like, girl, you're not that interesting enough for anybody to want to go there with you, right? But I think Portia, shockingly enough, she hits it on the head. She was like, you know what? We don't know you. You know, I brought it up before that, you know, you don't lend yourself for people to get to know you. You don't invite us out. You don't bring it to your house.
Side call or anything. Right. That's never happened. Yeah. You're not really open to it. You know what I'm saying? Are you asking me or are you saying? Britt?
She was like, have I been in any of y'all houses? Have y'all ever responded to a text? And I think if all the other girls mingle and Britt is the outlier, I think that speaks the volumes. Like, you know what? If nobody wants to invite you to the house and nobody wants to really film with you, I think when it comes to Bravo and the producers, why not get rid of her when y'all had the chance? And now that she's over here suing, I know they probably like,
damn, that whole situation with Kenya, yeah, we found out that she did say whips and guns. She's saying that the picture wasn't her. Portia allegedly alluded about child pee. Like,
it's just a lot of stuff that I think, instead of them being authentic with the filming, they try to be manipulative and play in the dark, and now it's in the light. So now you gotta deal with the repercussions, which is get rid of the production company. Britt does this thing, but she was like, baby, and Portia's like, first of all, it's not baby. And they have this little thing back and forth. She's like, Britt, Portia. And I think Britt's trying to do this tit for tat, where it's just like, well, you did this to me, so I'm doing this to you.
Explain it. You gotta let me finish, baby. No. Let me finish this statement. Not baby, because don't baby me. You don't have to be. All I'm saying is this. Cool.
Argument just doesn't make sense at this point, because it's just like, you want people to reach out to you, build a friendship, but how when you're closed off? And I feel like Britt is closed off because we don't know who the real Britt is. This is not Britt's real life, and we haven't seen anything of a real housewife that Britt has besides being married, and that's already in question too. So it's just one of those things where I look at Britt, I'm just like, I don't know nothing about this woman besides her family drama with her mom and her sister. But even then, I still don't even know about that. We just touched the iceberg on it, and I can't really blame her because maybe she filmed scenes about it. Maybe a producer didn't put it in, but it's just kind of weird about her whole story. She may try to get them to, you know, hey, like, be quiet, the prime minister coming. The prime minister, he comes over, and the girl's like, oh, he's so handsome, he's so cute, he's so this.
Have you ever been to Atlanta? And if so,
No, I have not been to Atlanta. I'm coming. It's the best time of the year to visit.
They was gushing over the prime minister, and for me, it was really nothing to really, you know, go to town for. I was just like, okay. No shade. It was just like, okay. Like, it wasn't no Tyson Beckford. It was no, you know, it was nobody like from Love Island, like Kenny, Miguel. Like, it was just like, you know, okay, like, he cool. Like, it was nothing to really write home to mama about. Like, he was okay. But for them, like, oh, who should he be the next prime minister's wife? They was really gassing it. He was an average looking man, period. So after he left, they all leave, and they were supposed to go do another event. However, Shamia got a call from her husband saying, you know, Shiloh was in a really cold room, and she's kind of sick right now. He gave her Tylenol.
She has craniosynostosis, colonotresia, colonostenosis. She has a hole in her heart, or prolonged coldness. Now we got a bigger issue.
And you know, they're trying to go through the situations of, like, you know, if she gets really sick or have a prolonged cough, or, you know, anything prolonged with the sickness, it can, you know, develop into something worse. So Shamia's just over here in a puddle of tears. In the other car, you know, Britt wants to be the victim, and Britt, she loves being that, like, you know, I was in the hot seat this time, y'all. I just gotta be fake.
Tonight I was in the hot seat, but I think you're putting yourself in the hot seat. You're sitting on ready, and that fussy shit you're doing all night, that's bullshit.
It's gonna be fake. I'm just looking at Britt like, but you've been fake this whole time. You've been fake this whole time. Like, we don't know who the fuck you are. You've been that this whole time. So it's just like, girl, try to be who you actually are. And it's still, the rest of the episode leans toward Brent being just weird. But Phaedra let her know, like, she's like, no, like, you're in a group of girls. And she was like, get to know who the fuck people really are. Like, you talking about being fake. This is a group of girls. Get to know the girls. You don't know nothing about nobody. And actually lean yourself into knowing people. And I think even though Phaedra gave sound advice to Britt, and I give her that. I think that was one of Phaedra's, like, you know, moments where I saw who Phaedra is from the facade that she puts up.
You're joining a girl group that you knew, and you're gonna have to show yourself friendly. Britt is self-sabotaging, collecting enemies for no apparent reason.
Facade that she puts up where she just like,
oh, let's go do this. What?
you know how Phaedra be, she gonna make a face, but it's all, I feel like Phaedra always do these little things now where she puts a mask on where it's very silly, jovial, and try to be lighthearted. And I feel like this was you know, something where it shows like, okay, this is who Phaedra is, right? So, you know, Drew gets a call from the girl saying like, hey, we're going back to the house. Shamia is not, you know, she got some bad news, da 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 da. So they get to the house. All the girls are rallying behind Shamia, just like, oh my God, you know, I'm so sorry for everything that's going on. We're here for you.
Worst thing ever that can happen to a mom. For me, it would be really hard to be away with the ladies.
And Britt goes to comfort Shamia. But for me, it just seems so like Tyler Perry musical-ish. Like,
she's like, girl, we're here for you. I'm here for you, even though you go. I'm here for you. I'm here for you.
I'm just like,
boy, if you don't get the fuck out my face.
It's really, really, really going to the drama.
I'll always be there for you, no matter what, okay? No matter what. When I call you a friend, I mean this. I was hurt.
I didn't know they were always trying to win a Tony. I was just like, okay, you're laying it on really thick. And then she's like, you know, girl, I'm gonna take a shot for you. So she takes one shot. And for my drinkers, I don't know anybody that take one shot and immediately wants to act wild and take your shirt off and show your titties.
And I'll take a motherfucking shot too. A tequila. Okay. Boom. Pulled out them titties.
And slap them onto the counter, and you know those things are heavy. I heard them on the counter. Oh my God. But I'm just like, it gets performative. For me, it gets performative. Everything about Britt is performative. Like, girl, you took a shot and now you want to act crazy. Girl, the alcohol ain't in your bloodstream yet. Ma'am, please miss me with the bullshit. But y'all, what do you guys think about all the drama going on? Britt suing Bravo. Personally, do I think she will win? No, I think they will settle out of court. I think she'll get barred from ever going to do anything with Bravo. And I think that she'll probably get a payout, but it probably won't be anything crazy. My whole thing with Britt is the fact that you lied this season. So why should I believe anything that you say now? Right? It's like the boy that cried wolf. You lied and lied and lied. You lied on someone that led to, you know, them getting, I want to say fired, but dismissed from the season. But I don't know. It's interesting. What do you guys think? Like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next video.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a God stop a y'all and bring your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This sour candy all I really asked for. Now I got to go. Got